Hello, my homies. One smart cat doing some Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and today I have a Johnny build that I've been working on for like 48 hours now. I just want to point out that I always have timestamps in the description, so if you just want gameplay, if you just want this, you just want that, you can always go in the descriptions, find what you want, and jump to any point in the video that you want to jump to. So I did a live stream a couple of days ago where I wanted to kind of like show everybody what it takes for me to put out a TCM video. I'll put it up there in the corner if you want to check it out. It's a long video. It's like, it's a VOD of a live stream. It's like 5.5 hours. So it's long. And the whole reason that it's that long is because I wanted to show people how I come up with my builds and all that, because I don't really follow the meta or anything or keep track of what everybody else is doing. I just kind of do my own thing. And it takes a long time to level up these perks whenever I do come up with an idea. And sometimes the idea that I come up with doesn't meet my expectations of what I wanted to do. And I'm not going to put out a build that I don't like. You know, the whole point of my builds are to be different and to utilize stuff that a lot of other people don't utilize. But if what the end result isn't worth it, then I'm not going to put it out. And the first attempt of what I was doing with Johnny was something I was going to call the Bloodhound Johnny build. But the end result just wasn't worth the build. It had too many disadvantages and not enough advantages. So I switched it up. I came up with this build, which has been working very, very, very well for me. And this is more along the lines of Pitbull Johnny. Honestly, this build basically gets him to the point of where he was at whenever he was doing like the exploit and all that, where he was able to do like the heavy swings and people weren't able to get away from him. This build pretty much does that, except it does it without an exploit. It just does it with the perks that are given. Now I'm going to go through the perks real fast, and then I'm going to talk about a little bit of a meta change that I've been seeing happening, and then I'm going to go into some gameplay. So let's jump to the power tree real fast so you can take a look at it. I know I blocked this over here, but I'll show you all this in a minute. So it's just up, left, and to the right. I tried messing with these whenever I was making the other build, and honestly, when it comes down to it, the blue footprints that you get from footprint freshness are just the best thing. Like, you're able to see them in flowers, you're able to see them in grass. It's just the better thing to have out of the three. It's just the honest truth. So for right now, what it does is the detection range of the clues left by victims increases by 15%. The consumption rate of my power is reduced by 21%. And the last level changes the colors of the footprints based on how recently they were left. So as far as I know, I think that's pretty much the same thing that I've had on my other Johnny builds. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to ever change this. This is pretty much the best thing to get for his power tree, at least in my opinion. Now, I will say right off the bat, before I go through these three perks, two of these perks are random. So whenever I show you the skill tree, you do have to go through it a couple of times, or you might just have to go through it one time if you're really lucky. Scout and Serrated are both random perks that come from the random perk nodes on the skill tree. So for this build to work, you may need to go through the skill tree a couple of times. I think it took me 3 or 4 times in order to get both of them in the same skill tree. But if you want to try this build, it is necessary. So with Scout, your movement speed is increased by 15%, but melee damage is reduced by 10%. So we move a lot faster, and our damage is a little bit weaker. And remember, that's at 3rd level. If you haven't leveled up Scout yet, the beginning of doing Scout is absolutely fucking horrendous. Your movement speed is increased by 5%, but your melee damage is reduced by 30%. That hurts a lot. So just remember that whenever you're leveling up Scout. We've already talked about Serrated, so let's go ahead and go to Serrated. Victims hit by the perk holder take 1 HP per second of extra damage for the next 5 seconds. So the way that this build works is Johnny's basically able to attach onto somebody and it just knock the shit out of them. I've been able to get like 5, 6, 7, 8 hits on people with this build. and every single one of those hits begins to stack. So every time you hit somebody, it's going to be an extra 5 damage over the course of 5 seconds. But when all of that accumulates, even if the person is able to get away from you, there's so many times where a victim goes through a crack in the wall and they get to the other side and they just fall over because of the accumulative damage. Last but not least, we have a Blood Runner. At level 3, stamina consumption is reduced by 15% when carrying a blood vial that is more than 50% full. So, if you did not see the attributes down here, we are going full endurance all the way to the top. And you have to remember that endurance does a lot of things. If you look in the middle of the screen, endurance does stamina capacity, stamina drain, regeneration rate, and melee attack frequency. So the higher the endurance is, the more you're able to swing and the faster you're able to swing. And this build, Johnny swings like fucking crazy. Any points that I had left over, I put in savagery. That way we have some damage output. There's not many choices on the grandpa power with the tree that I go down. So pretty much the one that I always use is just well. Anytime somebody jumps down the well, they take more damage. And the way the skill tree looks, it's going to the right, going to the left, going to the right, going to the right. And like I said, you may have to do this a couple of times in order to get serrated and scouts, but both of them are very much necessary in order to do this build. Now, just a little bit of information about what I saw going on in the last 2 days. I've honestly been making this build for like the last 48 hours. And as I was doing that, I have noticed that there has been this new play style. You pretty much only have to worry about it when the victims have 4 people who are all on the same team. They're all communicating, they're all in the same party. And what they've been doing is they have not been rushing their actions. They have not been immediately waking up grandpa. Everybody has been quiet. Everybody spreads out. Everybody, does their best to avoid Leatherface. And they unlock all of the exits in the basement. They don't open them. They don't open the door because opening the door wakes up grandpa. They unlock all of them. And once all of them have been unlocked, then somebody opens the door or they all open doors. And now they have like full access to the entire map. And it has been a very, very interesting to see this happen. And when it works, whenever they're able to do this without Leatherface ever getting anybody, it's honestly pretty scary because you don't know where they're going to come from. And not only that, but the family gameplay lately has just been like, fuck giving grandpa blood. Like there's no reason to give grandpa blood. Since a lot of people from the family side have been playing that way, the 2 family members upstairs are just like wandering around for the first 3, 4, 5 minutes, like literally doing nothing. Because by that time they've already set everything up. They've already closed the doors that they can, put down their traps or done whatever. So they're just waiting until they're finally like, fuck, we should feed grandpa blood because apparently the victims are doing something weird down there. They're not waking up grandpa. So I don't know. It's something that I've noticed in the last 48 hours. Let me know if anybody else has seen that or if I'm just, fucking crazy. But either way, let's jump into some Johnny games. We are at the family house. I don't know who my counterpart is. Cook. Good old Cook. They got rid of Sunny, so there's no Sunny on this one. See if our first little blood bucket is here. Looks like it is. Cook never comes out here to get this one. Oh, wow. I mean, I'm going to assume he's going to get that one. Yeah, he already got this one. Okay, this cook wants to get blood. I'm going to let him get blood. I'll get my blood from hits. I said it in one of the other games, I think, depending on what game I have on it. Is Grandpa already in trouble? What? There's no way that they're already out.
Damn it, Johnny. Get your head straight. Come on now.
Why did Grandpa flicker like that?
You hear me?
I typically don't want to get my blood from hits because it takes a little bit longer. But that cook really seemed like he was gaining a lot of blood, so I'm gonna let him do that. These 3 doors are all locked. This one's not. Okay, so they all already came out this door. Wow, that was fast. Okay, so everybody's out, I think.
Where did you go?
These guys are moving. What the fuck? There's a Leland in the darkness?
Don't worry. I'll find you. I'll find you. Don't worry about that.
Where'd that Leland come from?
Go ahead and hide. It ain't gonna matter.
I think they already turned off the generator. These guys are moving.
We ain't letting you off now. Can't you see that?
I'm gonna see your insides before this night's through. I'm gonna find you. I will. I promise.
You're supposed to be the tough one around here. They are making a fool out of you, boy.
Yeah.
On a straightaway, I can kill anybody with this build.
You should have never came here looking for that girl.
Like, even Anna. If I could catch up to Anna at the end of this street, or like going down this street, I could get her too.
They always try to hide. It's always the same.
Like the stacks of serrated and how much endurance I have. I mean, I know he's right there. We'll run. No, turn around. Yeah. Like, out in the open, nobody's gonna get away from this build.
This is only... Yeah! You're gonna be leaking after that hit.
Alright, he's turning on that.
Oh, you ain't getting away. I'm keeping you.
Does she... Well, I mean, she can see the light that the generator's back on.
Everybody's time comes eventually.
Ooh. Come on, get her. Ah. Not fast enough, old man. All right, now it's just Anna. These motherfuckers got out fast as shit. This is the door they got out of. So unless they open another door, she should still be here.
Time to play.
Oh my God. Fucking jump scare Anna. That was a choice for her to go to. I don't know why she went that way. That was like the worst way to go. Oh my god, it broke the game. Holy shit. That was good. Alrighty, gas station during the daytime. They left Anna on the hook, so we don't have to worry about Anna the tank. This build though, this Johnny build, can actually burn through Anna tank build. So that's actually a pretty decent thing about this perk build. Now, usually we don't get blood with Johnny, but we do need 3 buckets of blood. Oh, wow. Good job, Bubba. Bubba got somebody. Typically, not typically, always, we need 3 buckets of blood in order to get our half vial, which now all of our perks are active. Besides serrated. Serrated is active whenever we hit people. But now we are online. And let's see if we could double up on Bubba's success. Oh wow, everybody's like right here. Let's see if we could help this Bubba out. The Leland ran all the way through. Alright, he went that way. He's gonna chase the Leland. Did he break this barricade? He did break this barricade. Alright, this Julie's ours. One more hit. Get one more hit. She might pass out. Alright, she went through the crack. Where did she go to? Nice. All right, that's 2 down. With the 2 down, I'm gonna go ahead and go upstairs. It looks like Bubba may be having the same idea as me. I typically don't like staying downstairs that long. Well, I mean, about that long is how I typically stay down there. Fuse box is right there. I don't like staying down there too long. Because it's usually better off being up here patrolling.
If Grandpa was able, this would be over by now. I better go feed.
All right, valve is right here. They slammed a gate over there. I wonder if somebody already got out that way. Like, even though they got rid of the infinite stuns, I mean, it's still lockable. Even though they got rid of the infinite stuns, the basement is still very victim-sided in the sense of they have all the cracks and stuff that they're able to run through. It's not as victim-sided as it used to be when they had the infinite stuns, but victims have a lot of ways to get away from people down there. Let's check the ladder, see if there's any footprints over here. No ladder footprints. Johnny's power is situational, but I honestly really couldn't say how many times it's put me onto somebody's trail. There's somebody right here. The hell? Didn't he go in there with somebody? Did I just get the shit bamboozled out of me? They got her out there. Did she like 360 all three of us? I mean, good for her if she did. No, this guy's in trouble. You're swinging too early, man. Now. That hitchhiker really wanted that last hit. He was like, I'm swinging. I'm swinging. You gotta let him stand up, hitchhiker. Fuck. On the gas station again. This time it is nighttime.
That's what I get for taking it easy on them.
They got rid of Sunny. And we have a Sissy, I think. I believe it's a Sissy. After I get this bucket of blood, I'll check. Yeah. I may not have closed that other door. Yeah, it's still open. Oh, well, fuck it. All right, we got our 3 buckets of blood. That's what's going to give us a lot of endurance. Hopefully the fuse box is in here because I'm going to go down this one. Okay, yeah. The fuse box and everything is right here. That's good. And that is what I mean. So the way that it works is you don't ever let go of the run button. You kind of just hold the run button and just keep swinging. And if it works the right way, you kind of just like latch onto them.
Now,
I'm going to get a footprint down here. That way, whenever I go up the ladder, I'll already be looking for footprints. And it kind of like, they kind of like pull you along with them. What happened to my footprints? I saw them there for like half a second. You like, did you see how like she was kind of like pulling me with her?
time to play.
See which way they went. And it's not like how the exploit used to be. Like it's what the hell? He came to the gate and then went back? Alright, so he looks like he may have gotten a valve. I went back downstairs. I think he got notified that I was tracking him, and now he's just running. Fucking sissy scared me. I thought I was about to get hit in the back of the head.
I'll find you. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, I think this guy changed his game plan whenever I started tracking him. Which is good. That's what you should. Once you start getting tracked. Oh, he went. Okay, this guy had 3 different fucking game plans. Somebody just went out the back.
How the hell did those kids find us? Should have been more careful.
Aw, you bitch. Come back here and fight me. Come here. If I can catch on to you.
Get away from me!
Wish somebody was around. Can't do much about that one. So somebody disconnected early. I got that other kill. And then 2 people on a 2-person squad. I mean, just did a great job. Not too sure. Sissy didn't do much on that one, unfortunately. And I don't think Bubba did too much either. Hey, you know what? Sometimes that's what happens. Sometimes you lose. Alrighty, there you go. A couple of good games. One not so great game, but that's the way it goes sometimes. You know, there are some very, very good victims in this game, and there are some people that play victim that can get out very quickly, very efficiently, and I don't have a problem showing those people beating me. It's the game. You know, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna lose. If that first game was a great point of how this build works. Anybody that you could catch out in the open, they're gonna die. Like, you're going to get them with this build, and that includes Anna's. Like, if I got a tank Anna out there on the street, Anna can take like 6, 7, 8 hits depending on what her build is. This build can burn through that. Like, you have so much endurance, you're able to swing so many times that you put so much damage, like you put so much DOT and so many hits out so quickly that even a tank Ana build, this is gonna burn through it. So it's fun. The only issue is finding people, but using Johnny's power can help with that. Yes, his power is situational, but situationally, it's honestly very, very good. That's just kind of the way it is. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope I see you in another one of my videos. And we